I am the owner and operator of Strong Dogs of Ohio. I've trained English Bulldogs. I've had English Bulldogs. I've been around Corsos, American Bullies, Bulldogs, Dobermans, a lot of different breeds and stuff. But if we run a small event, a weight pull event for the Arnold Fitness Expo, where we showcase the athleticism and the temperament of these dogs as they are weight pulling. I've been involved in pulling. I learned how to weight pull in Oahu, Hawaii. I was stationed in Hawaii for about 6 years. The Samoans love weight pulling. They thought that it was like a Hawaiian Samoan warrior dog, Kamiya, thing with the dogs, And the Samoans there, they really love their dogs. They bullies. When they try to bring BSL there, they none of them went to work on the whole island.
Wow.
Yeah, they marched Waikiki in protest. Lasted about 1 day in Hawaii. Only state that happened. So I had my dog out there, and he was old. And Diego was about 13, 14 years old at the time. And I was worried. They said, brother, that's a big Brendo. Where he from? I said, hey, he from 614 Ohio. And Brendo King Pits, they get huge. So he's like, you want to strap him up? I said, sure, let's do 100 pounds. They all laughed at me. Brother, come on, they do more than that. I'm like, I don't want to break my dog,
Right.
So they said, let's do 1,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds. He pulled that, brother. He pulled it. And I'm like, all right. So they strapped him up. They put a harness on. Diego the whole time was just looking at me. He had all these strange people putting the stuff on him. And I asked him, I said, what do I do now? He says, you just need to go to the end there. They have to pull 16 feet. And that's it, bro. 16 feet of hard work and they get love. And I said, love? And he said, praise him when he's done. I said, all right. So I walked down to the end of the tent shelter. And I said, before I even said it, because I was away from him, took off like a bat out of hell. He impressed the hell out of Samoans. Because he was so old. He had Crenshaw in him and he had Watched Out Ogres in him. He had some game dogs in him, and he had some dogs where they went left with the pit breeding and made them bigger. They needed to be bigger, But he outpulled 37 dogs for Hawaii's strongest dog, and he had only been training the weight pull for only 7 months.
Wow. That's genetics, and then that's the care and the love for you. The love for you.
Yep.
He makes him drive to do that type of
and I loved it too because
feats.
It was the first thing that I noticed that I could actually. If I would have knew about this breed about 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have a bully. I would just have bulls. Realizing that when you weight pull, you are building a bond with this dog. You in front. And when they just about to give up, you say, word, good dog, and they give it to you, that love at the end that you show them with that praise, man, y'all made your relationship that much stronger. This dog makes everything effortless. Like, I trade PTSD service dogs for this. She does things on her own without merit. Witness her, she grabbed the leash while I'm holding it, and she took me across the street like, we need to get this done. And if I even pick up the leash in the harness, she's in it.
Yeah.
She gets in that moment. She's like, let's go, let's do it. So she's better than a cup of espresso. They are very protective. They really do like to protect the family. Case in point, they train a bully or a pit bull or any guard dog. It takes about 2 weeks to train them to do backside six, watch your six, where you'll see somebody at an ATM machine on those Instagram pics, and they got their dog like the Hulk sitting there like the machine. And we hadn't even started that training yet, and she did it on her own. She did it on her own. She turned around, she just looked out like he's getting his money out, back up. And they back you up. They're a herding breed. They are a herding breed. So when they pull out, and they have big trucks, so in the morning when they pull out, she backs her body up and back against me and back me flush against a wall, a space. Like if you back a dog in the corner, you better pray to God. So that's what she does with me, and she's very overprotective when it comes to my kid. But my 6-year-old can walk her with no problems. She doesn't go yanking him down the street. He used to train Pullng visors. If anybody know anything about Pullng visors, basically it's a cut of a cane corso and one of these. It's like a 200-pound one of these with cropped ears. They can die from a broken heart. If they are away from their owners for too long, they can make themselves sick. They won't eat. It's just like a male who wants to get in with the female that just getting the heat. They don't do good in captivity. She gets very upset when I just leave out the house with Preacher. He's my assigned service dog. She hasn't been tested yet. When I go to VA, she gets so upset. Not mad, she just, his testosterone that was getting up. Mine was like, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
Right.
Like when you got thousands of people around you and your dog pulls off something so great, you're like, you have no idea the feeling. I ain't talking about holding your man purse, exotic bully that can't walk, that only has about a 2-year lifespan, and it's, I ain't talking about that. And you know, they just looking at your Air Force Ones for judging. I'm talking about these beasts right here, and dogs like them that will take on the weight and they will pull that for you because they do it out of love and they do it out of the conditioning that you gave them.
Right.
You know, and I just got addicted to it. When I came here, it wasn't so big, and I was like, huh, let me do some weight pulling here.
Right.
So then I started incorporating it into the shelters.
Okay.
And I started volunteering there, and I was looking for dogs that was turned in for pulling on a leash. The dog, I'm like, I don't want them to go back into recidivism, so I started weight pulling the dogs when I was volunteering. And when you weight pull a dog and then you go to walk them regularly, they won't pull you because you're teaching them to work.